Is up.
What is up? It's cold out
It's
here today.
Friday.
Got some pretty good tech news this week. So Tesla is supposedly considering adding CarPlay finally to the vehicles.
Which I like that idea.
You do?
I do. I know there's Spotify now.
Yeah.
I would use. I think I still prefer Pandora.
Pandora. Yeah, there is no Pandora Tesla app. Um,
Yeah.
I do use Pandora when I'm using CarPlay. Um, But it's an interesting thing because they've always said they're never going to do it. And anyone that's like, we have Teslas for a while, like I don't really miss CarPlay. It's not like, oh, I need CarPlay for anything. Um,
Yeah. At first, I was kind of bummed, but now I'm like, I don't even think about it really.
yeah, so I think it's more just to recruit like new customers that are like, I'm not going to consider this new car unless it has CarPlay, right? And then once they see the Tesla OS, they're going to be like, oh, I don't really need this. It does everything I need to do. For the
Yeah.
most part.
Exactly.
There's like when I get in the car, I always fire up Waze and I just put the car in the charger, the phone in the charger with Waze on. So, it'd be nice to be running Waze like in a separate window, maybe if it doesn't interfere with the Tesla nav,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to know about any kind of like road obstacles or anything. It's nice to have running. But other than that, I mean, I'm happy with the Tesla OS. It has everything I need on there, and it integrates like the navigation with the charging, and so exactly what percent you're going to come in at the charger, or if you need a charger and all this. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because like GM has said they're taking CarPlay out of all their vehicles, like already out of the EVs and out of their combustion cars too. So it's gonna be interesting. Like somebody that was like,
Why are they doing that though?
they're all trying to follow Tesla. So because they want to retain all the data from the customer, they don't want like Apple getting all the navigation data. Knowing where
Yeah.
the vehicle is going, what kind of range it's getting, all this stuff.
Yeah, but what's wrong? Well, okay, I don't know. But here's my opinion on that. Like, I don't think they've developed their software well enough to be able to take that away.
Exactly. That is exactly right. GM has not developed their software well at all. They're saying they're going to be able to. They're using Android Automotive, which it's like a step up from like the unusable software they usually would have, right? Because you can still
Yeah,
download it like apps from the Android store, but it's not nearly as integrated with the car systems and everything as Tesla is, right?
right.
Or Rivian.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think they're ready to do that at all. Like
and
these
think
other
about
companies.
it. So someone's like out looking for a new car, and if Apple CarPlay is like on the list of things they're looking for, they're like, all right, I'm not going to get a GM vehicle, but I'll get a Tesla now.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is going to happen with the Tesla? So you're going to have this CarPlay, but you may not ever use it,
Yeah. I mean, they're saying it
but
may
it's
run
there.
like in a small section of the screen.
Yeah, but I mean, what I was saying to that is like, if when they make it available, or if they make it available, will I use it at all? I don't know if I'll use it, but maybe
I
I
don't think
will.
I would use it at all. I mean, if I can run it in, the only thing I would use it for is maybe to run Waze in like a separate area of the screen. If it doesn't take up too much room,
Yeah,
I would use it for that. But other than that, there's nothing I need it for. I mean, you can text to voice with Tesla if you want to, right? I don't really do that either, but that's the other big
wait,
thing that iOS.
wait. Step back on that one because I didn't know about that. You
Oh
can
yeah, you
text.
can enable it. You can text. You can receive, and you can enable text in the Tesla UI.
I have not done that.
I mean, it's not seamless. I would say CarPlay does it better. So you turn
Okay.
it on, you'll get a text message on the screen, and you can say reply. You can just click reply and do a voice reply
You're talking about on the Tesla
on the
software
Tesla
side.
screen. Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
see, I'm not doing. I haven't been doing that, so
Yeah, I mean, I just
I
try
need
to
to do
ignore
that.
text while I'm driving. Like, um, you know.
Yeah, I do, but I typically get like updates on picking up the
Oh
girls
yeah.
or
Well, then maybe you need to have it on. Turn that option on, man. Turn it
yeah,
on
yeah,
and
yeah,
check
yeah.
that out. But yeah, that's the only other reason maybe because iOS text to speech is actually pretty decent right now. Um, But yeah, it'll be interesting if they actually do, or if it's just a rumor. It seems to be real because a lot of people are reporting it now. Um,
Yeah,
but another Apple tech item that dropped this week is digital ID. So
yeah,
you can add your passport to your Apple Wallet now.
yeah,
And
which
I
is
did
really
it. It was
cool.
pretty easy to do.
Yeah,
Um, so it basically has you just like scan the picture page, and then it reads in the digital code from the back page, and then it adds a digital ID to your Apple Wallet. Um,
yeah,
and you can't, it's not actually a passport. You can't use it for international travel right now, but you can use it at TSA checkpoints
yeah.
instead of your ID, instead of having to bring your ID out, right?
Yeah, I really like this idea. I was telling you, I actually use this. We were flying back from the Caribbean going into, I think it was Miami,
Yeah,
and the lines were crazy long.
right.
And but you could do digital ID, right? And
Yeah,
so it was so much faster. It
yeah.
was so much faster.
And I think with that,
Um,
you stand there, it takes your picture, right? And then you have to feed your ID into the machine, and it takes it scans that or takes a picture of it.
yeah,
Um,
you can actually do it through the app. And we did it. We did it while we were waiting in line, and
oh
then
yeah, yeah,
we were able to move lines. I mean,
right.
I know it's a little bit different than what you're talking about, but I
Mhm.
think it's still like a nice thing to have,
It's
especially
similar.
if I can use it in line. I don't have
Yeah,
to pull out my ID or anything like that. I mean, you have your, you have your plane ticket on there, right?
yeah.
And then you have your ID on there. It just makes it more efficient for sure.
It definitely does, yeah. So you won't have to like be holding your license anymore. Just use this. Like some people are like talking about security concerns, but Apple always does things like super secure. So I'm not worried about it. I
Yeah,
did it the first day and it worked. It worked just fine. So everyone do that. That's gonna be traveling.
yeah,
Um, you check. You'll have to do it and then let us know next week how it worked. If
I
you
will.
at the checkpoint. Um, so then why you're traveling this week because you're going to ISC East, right?
Yeah, I leave next
So
Tuesday.
yeah, so this show is next week in New York City at the Javits Center. So
Yep,
what are we going to be showing out there? I'm going to be out there. You're going to be there.
yep. Yeah, so we'll be at booth 206, 206,
Yep.
and we have two cameras out, right, that are in the market right now. And we're adding a new camera, which is called the ECC 500, which is uh, has just an improved spec. It does facial recognition, license plate recognition. It's a dome camera. It's indoor outdoor, so it's IP rated, 67, I believe it is.
Yep.
Uh, but so what we're doing is we have an AI chip on the actual camera itself, and then we're doing some AI stuff in the cloud. So this is a cloud camera. Um, but we're doing AI, some AI in the cloud, and then we're doing AI at the edge at the actual camera itself. And so we'll be doing, I think, 3 demos. We'll
Oh, nice.
also be showcasing our MVS, our EVS, Ingenious Video Solution.
Mm-hmm.
So the 500 will allow you to do some really cool like AI things where I think we talked about it before. We call it SD alert, which is
Mm-hmm.
software defined alert. So I can go in and I can set up specific alerts depending on the environment or the application, and have alerts sent if something happens. If that
Yeah.
alert happens, right,
You can
or if
do
that activity
break in.
happens.
If it sees somebody breaking in, it'll send an alert. That's a good one, right? Like you
Yeah.
definitely.
But the thing is, like, you can be really specific, like, hey, if this window opens, right, or something like that. You
Yeah.
can be very, very specific on, or like if there's been some, you know, like if you're looking for a particular person, right, you can like identify that person through an image and then set an alert for if you see that person again.
Oh,
So
nice.
there's a number of things that we'll be able to do. So, and in regards to like using photos, you can use a photo, upload it to our system, and it will find that person in your video footage and
Ah,
show you that footage. You
Nice.
can also do like a timeline of that person within like a building, for example. Like you can
Yeah.
see where they were first picked up on surveillance, and then you can track them through your surveillance system, as they walk through a property. So that's another thing that we're doing. And then the EVS system, which is a rack mount and a desktop mount. Um, there's RAID, obviously. There's the ability to add legacy cameras onto our cloud platform so they can all be managed through cloud.
Hmm.
You can actually implement AI on those older cameras as well through this system. So there's a lot we're doing there too. So there's a lot to show, a lot to
Hmm.
talk about. But again, yeah, we're going to be at booth 206. Jeff, you'll be there.
I'm gonna be there.
Our,
I'm gonna check out some of these demos myself. Uh,
yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
and again, some people have been asking about the cameras and like, so they're basic. They have, it's an IP camera, indoor, outdoor, and it has onboard storage as well
Yeah,
as like a neural processor for local AI processing, right?
that's
So
right. Yep.
it does have local storage, and you do add it in the Genius Cloud. So basically, when you look at it in the cloud, you'll see the alerts with like a thumbnail, right? And then you click on the thumbnail and it'll download the footage off of the camera, right? Like
That's
off
right.
of the storage.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can either like you can create a link and send it to like authorities. You can download
Yeah.
it. There's a number of things that you'll be able to do. The 500 brings in like the ability, the onboard memory on the 500 specifically is encrypted, so it can be used in like HIPAA, for example, like
Oh, okay.
environments like that. So that's another huge benefit that we will probably highlight when we're
Yeah.
at the show, because I know it will be used in like assisted living, for example, or
Yeah.
like in some sort of like the medical field.
Yeah.
Yeah, some really key things happening on the ECC 500 for sure.
All right. Cool. So yeah, they're definitely interesting. I have one set up here. I have the ECC 100 set up outside, and I can say like, I can send an alert, SD alert for like when the UPS driver shows up, right? It'll actually say it's a delivery driver, it's a UPS driver, it's a brown truck. You can set all different types of variables for the alert.
That's right.
So it's pretty interesting. Um,
And
way,
there
way above.
is. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just way above what the just a standard security IP camera would do.
Yeah, and so just really quick, so we are running a what I call as a proof of concept program, and that program, if you work in the education space, government, hospitality, retail space, or housing like student housing or multifamily, if you have a project and you need surveillance, you should get in contact with Jeff and or us, and we're able to. I'm able to supply free cameras
Oh, okay.
for their project,
Okay.
so they can test it out and try it out. So we are running what I like I said, proof of concept kind of program for customers in those particular verticals.
Okay. So they have to meet those requirements. Maybe do this pilot program. Uh,
Yeah, exactly,
so let us
exactly.
know. Let us know if you have any good applications. All right. One other thing, I want to talk about like uh, troubleshooting with the cloud switches. So it's like we have cloud access points. Sometimes people don't use the switches also, right? They just want the access points or the gateway.
Yeah,
Um, and they don't really know about the switches or like how useful they are. Like, oh, I have an IP, I have a PoE switch already. I'm just going to use that one. But when you use the Ingenious Cloud switches, you tie the whole platform together for troubleshooting, right? So
that's
gives you
right.
a lot of ability. One, you can see the link speed is like the easiest thing. Just looking at the cloud dashboard, you can see what the ports are linked at. So like I had a customer saying he was only getting 90 meg from an access point. Why only 90 meg? I just take a quick look at the switch, I can see it's orange. That means it's linked at
Yeah,
100 meg, right?
yep,
So that makes it easy to remotely troubleshoot these types of performance issues. Then again, you can go onto that switch and do like remote pings, right? Like so you could do a trace route from the switch, and then you can ping from the access points. So
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I use yeah, the having the switch in cloud and being able to do all this stuff is a huge benefit that I think a lot of people miss. Like you're saying, like I can look at my switch right now. I can see, like you're saying, like what speeds everything is linked up at, and that's an indicator, kind of like the issue you're running into. That's an indicator of like the cable type, right?
yeah,
Like
cable quality, right?
yeah, cable quality, but cable type, like it's why are you using Cat 5, for example? You know,
Yeah,
you're gonna link up at 100 megabit, right?
right. It
Um,
it was buried like for a long time, and they didn't want to run new cabling. Of course, that's what always happens, right?
yep.
But what's the other thing you like on the cloud switch that you can do when you hover over the port?
Well, there's like when you dive into the switch, you can do power resets, PoE
Mhm.
resets. So you can actually reset the port with just a really quick click
Yep.
on the port. So you can reset the PoE. So you're removing power from the device that you're powering up from that
Yeah.
cable. If you go into the diagnostics, you can track or you can look at packets up and down, and you can look at CRC errors, and here.
That's what I was getting at, the CRC errors. Yeah, so that tells you there's a problem, right?
Yeah, and that helps out a lot. So if even from not having a cable all the way clicked into a port to, you just have, you don't have really good continuity on the cable itself. And then you can also run cable tests, right? So
Right.
you can pick a port, run a cable test. It's going to tell you if it's okay, where it terminates, the distance of it, if there's an issue there. So there's a number of things that can do from there too.
Mm. Yeah, so definitely don't forget the switches. They're really helpful if you're trying to troubleshoot a problem, and they work great also, right? Um,
Yeah.
so all right, Brian, anything else you want to talk about this week?
No, I think that was everything.
All right, anyone in the New York area, come out and meet us at ISC East. It's gonna be at the Javits Center next week.
It'll be fun.
Cool stuff going on.